After winning the Stanley Cup, St. Louis Blues goaltender Jordan Binnington will be returning to the St. Louis Blues for 2 more years. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe. Let's talk about Jordan Binnington re-signing with the St. Louis Blues. So Jordan Binnington re-signs with the St. Louis Blues, 2 years, $8.8 million over the next 2 years for Jordan Binnington. So that's $4.4 million per season for Binnington. Now this is a very good contract for not only Jordan Binnington, but for the St. Louis Blues. Now this could be a problem in 2 years from now, but the St. Louis Blues are coming off winning a Stanley Cup. The fans love Jordan Binnington, and he comes in at a pretty good cap hit. I think it's fair to Binnington. He gets some money, definitely a lot more than he was making last season, and the Blues are able to keep the term down. Probably would have preferred a 1-year deal, but they get the 2. Obviously, in the event that the salary cap goes up very high when the NHL announces its salary cap being somewhere around $100 million, for all we know, with the United States broadcast situation. So Binnington could get another raise from that point. But Binnington has time to prove himself. He had a great season this year. Doug Armstrong making a good move here, bringing him back. Fan favorite. Just got the key to the city after winning a Stanley Cup. Had his day with the Stanley Cup the other day. So congrats to Jordan Binnington. Looking at the beginning of last season, Jordan Binnington. Now, when Vegas came into the league, they took over St. Louis's American Hockey League team, the Chicago Wolves. And Binnington would have had, because he did not make the NHL roster last season, had to go to the East Coast League, which is kind of nobody wants to play there. And of course, Jordan Binnington, not wanting to be there, was actually loaned to, you guessed it, the Providence Bruins, who he played in the Stanley Cup final. That same organization, he played with them and their farm team last season. He refused to go to the East Coast League. So he played last year with the Providence Bruins. This season coming in, he was the 4th or 5th goaltender in the organization. You look at Jake Allen when Brian Elliott was still there. He was behind UC Soros and then Jordan Binnington. So Binnington was pretty low on the totem pole in terms of positioning for goaltending in St. Louis, but he is now the starting goaltender for the Blues, and a fairly cheap but also a good value for both sides contract. The Blues still have a decent amount of cap space left, but they definitely want to keep the team that they have intact. Obviously, Patrick Maroon being one of the guys that is moving on from the St. Louis Blues, but nonetheless, good signing for both sides. Let me know, what do you think of this signing for the St. Louis Blues and Jordan Binnington? Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe. Check out our Instagram, @GoalLineHockey as well. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.